Stadium in Eugene. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Oregon Ducks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
All right, Holly. So Oregon's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. Fielded in the end zone, it's Page. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running inside, it's Page. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball, man covered him.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Caught behind the line. It's Powell. Breaks into the open. The 50. He's inside the 40. The 20. The 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Looks as if we have an injured Cowboy on the play. You just hope this turns out not to be too serious. First quarter, game one. It's tough to take an injury this early. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to...
Makes the grab in their space. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
Looks as if we have an injured Cowboy on the play. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. They just keep firing. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like...
It's a fake. That incompletion is an engraved invitation to the punt team. And the pass is incomplete. They thought they had the fake all dialed up, and it did not work. Well, they got the throw off, but not much else good happened for them after that one, and they'll turn it over on downs. The run inside. It's Davidson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. They finally get the glory. Everything changes as far as program expectations when you win that first national championship. Fans, boosters, alumni, media, now all expecting much, much more, aren't they, David?
Yeah, but you still get to celebrate because you were the king. You were the king of college football. You won it all. A lot to be excited about. Palmer, now you work on the next season and repeating and all that goes with it.
And it should still be good, too, right? Because winning that first national championship brought in so many good recruits, brought in so many players through the portal. You can make an argument their roster this year is better than last year's national championship roster. So I'm excited to see what they do today.
Back to pass. It's Sharp. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
I've loved watching this guy's highlight reel. He was unbelievable coming out of high school as a 5-star. Now we're getting a chance to see how it translates to the collegiate level, David, to a team that made it to the playoff a year ago.
He's got it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking to get it in. They will score. Touchdown, Ducks. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. On the run, it's Davidson. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to the well. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Ducks come to the line on third down trying to keep this drive alive. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. The Ducks will try to move the chains on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. That ball was nearly intercepted. They'll live to tell about it. 3rd down coming up.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. The Cowboys will punt it away, and they'll fake it again. Looking deep. And they caught them with their drawers down as the throw and catch picked up the 1st down on the fake. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. That last connection just a hair short of the 1st down, but it opens an array of opportunities on 2nd and short. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it down the field.
And nice play by the QB, understanding when to get the ball out. This is something that I guarantee you, Palmer, you and your receivers did all the time at Florida. Just the timing, knowing when the ball's coming out and when the ball's going to be thrown so I can go make a play.
It's so important to rep it like that because you never know in games when those opportunities are going to happen. But I think that time the quarterback pre-snapped. Him and the receiver, they made a little eye contact. They knew this was going to be an opportunity, and they went out and they executed what they practice every single day. What you just said, David, and it works to perfection.
Lost to throw again. The sweet feet buy a little time. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Another incompletion on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Smashes it between the uprights. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Takes a handoff. It's Davidson. Plows through the defense. Turning it on. He's at the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown Ducks. He would not be denied. You know they love their track at Oregon. And when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get to the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Now on the move.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Now the play fake. Keeps looking downfield. Throws into the middle of the field. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to throw, it's Sharp. A shot toward the end zone. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Grabbed behind the line, it's Moore. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key...
Finding some room. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, the secondary, they look like they're...
Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense is firing at all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Looking downfield on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking down the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Cowboys are in the hurry-up.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Finds his man. It's Thornton. There he goes. The 20. The 10. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Some much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, this guy had the pick of the litter when it came to where he was going to play his collegiate ball. He chose to come to a place that consistently is putting quarterbacks into the National Football League, David, and he shows you with that throw right there why he was so highly touted.
Man, just getting started with his career. Highly recruited, but now getting the first snaps, the first chance to prove himself. All these people in this building, they've been talking about this young man throughout his high school career, finally getting the stage to himself.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Sharp. Under fire. And down he goes.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Wants to bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Defense in press coverage. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. On the run, it's Davidson. Trying to take it back. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
All game long, this guy's been putting his toolbox on display. He's got speed, he's got wiggle, he's got vision. That's another long touchdown run, David. And he made no bones about it earlier in the season. He said, I want to win the Doak Walker Award. He's putting up numbers today. They're going to help him do that.
Yeah, this will go a long way. Already over 100. Now add this big, long touchdown run. The defense better find some answers because I'm just going to keep giving it to them over and over again until they solve the problem.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Hold and finds his man on the left.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The Cowboys have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up 1 on the play.
Yeah, and I like the quarterback's quick decision-making, puts it on the ground, decides to take it himself, goes, gets the necessary yardage, 1st down.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Lewis. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And obviously that linebacker is getting up with a little bit of juice, a little pep in his step. That was a great lick. Nice job seeing the ball thrown, breaking on it, and really delivering a good blow. But how about the credit to the receiver? Holding on to the football when you're getting hit by a big linebacker in college football, that's a big-time play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Lewis. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw again. Fires to the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible. Struggle for this quarterback. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes a grab down the middle. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury to the opponent. That is a great play call.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback will keep it. 7-yard pickup on that one. Third down and 3 coming.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Looking for a push on fourth down. Crump got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! His third touchdown of this game, and his third on the season.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They think there's room to run to the right here. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. The give to the back. Makes it past the marker. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We kick things off with Cal taking on the number 10 team, the UCLA Bruins. And it's the Bruins on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Going long. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Crosses to 30. Here's a little room there. The 40. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Oregon! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Flips it out to the back. He's past the 30. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to go right back downfield. Makes the grab. It's Lewis. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Cowboys can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Flips it out in the flat. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, they'll just find a way to...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. On the run, deep down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Lots of room to run. Touchdown, Ducks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And they call this sudden change. And we talk about it up in the booth. We're hitting each other right here. Like, you got the turnover. First thing you want to do is be aggressive, take all of that momentum, and go capitalize. And what do, man? One play, a big passing play, a big answer, and big-time momentum gained in this football game.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Wide receiver going in motion. Snagged out of the air. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. And the Cowboys with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got a man. It's Powell. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Wants to throw on third down. He's got him in the flat. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the third down pass is incomplete. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get this.
Snags it, and there's running room. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown, Ducks! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And they did tack on the extra point. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he's going to bring this one out. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them. He's loose. He's at the 40. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, how nice is it to have such a playmaker that you can just dump it off to him, and you just get it to him, and he does the rest, and that's why they do this. They make sure they have a chart that they get this guy the football in space in different ways, and you see why. He chews it up after the catch, making his quarterback look great.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Cowboys have taken it inside the 20. The corners are walked up tight. Motion from the wideout. Quick release by the QB. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They know how dangerous this guy is after the catch, and boy, oh boy, they set their hair on fire and caused a wreck on that hit.
They sure did. You got to be careful, too, because they sold out on that hit, and if they'd missed, that tight end was going to be able to advance the football, but boy, oh boy. This defense playing physical.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on 3rd down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's 4th down.
With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to bull his way in. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to...
Got a little grass. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 1 minute you're thinking, don't get caught for a safety. The next, you're on a drive.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. To the air, it's Sharp. Here's the pressure. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Into the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
And I don't think you can out-throw this guy. I mean, just throw it as deep as you possibly can. Palmer, I don't think you had the arm for this guy because that dude can fly. Just throw it up down the field like he does right there, and he just goes and gets it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't have to overthink it, right, David? Just let your fastest guy run in a straight line, run by everybody, and make a big play down the field. That was just an easy fly route for the fastest player on the field, and, man, he makes the defense pay.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd.
Snags it, and he's open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty as they get set to snap it. Time winding down here in the quarter. Got it behind the line. It's Thornton. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
Scanning the field, it's Sharp. Another incompletion on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he could even get started. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Makes the catch and he's free. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. And the Cowboys with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Throwing on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now he's going to break the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
This defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the fourth quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Pressure coming. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
Man, that's a rough outcome. I get it. I want to try to be aggressive, but backed up in your own territory, aggressive, and you fail. Now you've set the other team up for almost automatic points.
He'll try to do it himself. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16. And the Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. The give from the gun. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field, and this guy, I know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the fourth quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
Looking to throw, it's Sharp. Takes the easy one to the back. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Ducks have it with a 1st and goal. He might want another play. He's looking to pass. Looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute what's going on.
Oh, it's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. The Cowboys are rolling down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Quick release on the RPO. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down, and now they have a decision to make. Down in the 4th quarter, it's It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Oh, a lot of space. He's at the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he makes the extra point. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Caught in the backfield. It's Lewis. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. As we check in with Holly.
Remember, this is a true freshman quarterback getting his first start. And the guys are so excited about how he's performing. People keep coming over, slapping him on the helmet, letting him know he's doing a great job. As he leads his team back out onto the field, he is showing calm and composure in this big moment in his career. Back to you.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Takes it on the return. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Now they'll run it to the right here. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And that is how we will wrap this one up.